So you guys know DIM, right? Destiny Item Manager. It is essentially a website and an app, by the way, that lets you control your Guardian's inventory from like another place. So if you're in the middle of a raid, for example, and you forgot your gun in your vault, you can go ahead and just port that over from there, and it's actually a super handy website. There will be a link down to it below, but what I'm trying to get at is DIM actually tweeted out that they finally implemented fashion loadouts. So DIM has had the loadout feature for a good amount of time now. It used to let you equip the guns and different armor pieces at the click of a button, but recently with the 30th anniversary, they also started letting you do that with like armor mods. So essentially, you could use the same armor for PvP and PvE or just different activities. And now DIM has taken it a step further from that, and now you can even edit your appearance. So you can control your armor ornaments, and you can now control your armor shaders, essentially making a fashion loadout. So this is really good for people like me that have a ton of different fashion and a ton of different fashion that goes with whatever activity I'm doing. And today I'm going to be showing you how you can do the same. And if you like Destiny 2 fashion, consider subscribing because that is what this whole entire channel is about. And now let's get to the video. Okay, so once you get logged into DIM and you hook up your account, you'll be able to see your entire vault and your Guardian's inventory. And there's tons of stuff that you can do with DIM, but today I'm not really going to get into that. Today we're going to focus on the fashion loadouts. So if you go up here, you can see the little loadouts tab. We'll go there. And as you can see here, my hunter was the last Guardian that I was playing. So it's actually going to be showing whatever I have equipped on her right now. But once you get some loadouts going, all of this will be populated and you'll be able to apply things, as I will show you here in a second. Oh, and one more thing, you can actually do everything that I'm about to talk about just from the website without even being on Destiny 2. All you need to do is hit create loadout, hit choose fashion, and you can choose all of your armor ornaments here, and you can even apply the shaders on there. But that's honestly kind of time consuming. So instead, we're going to be doing it the easy way. So this is my Dawning Titan that I featured in the last video. So I'm going to be saving the transmog that I have applied into this armor, and I'm also going to be saving the shaders. So we're going to go over to DIM, we're going to hit create loadout, and there's going to be a ton of options that you can use, but the one we're looking for right now is going to be choose fashion. A little window is going to pop up right here at the bottom, and you just hit use equipped fashion, and that's going to pop up all of your little transmog armor, and it's going to pop up all of these shaders that you have on there. So once you have that, hit save fashion, and you can even name this something like Dawning Titan. And once you hit save, it'll pop up right here in DIM. You're going to see a lot of empty slots, and we can talk about that a little bit later. But here at the bottom, you will be able to see all of your like transmogged armor and all of your shaders. So now, if we go over here back into Destiny, let's go ahead and mess up my look here. And now that we have a random piece of junk Titan right here, we're going to go back over to DIM, and we're going to go back to our Dawning Titan preset, and we're going to hit apply. So that's going to start doing a bunch of things. If we go over here back to Destiny, you're going to be able to see what's actually happening. So first it's going to go through and apply the shaders, and then it's going to go through and actually apply all of your actual gear that you had in that appearance menu. And it does take a little bit, it is a little bit slow, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty handy, and it is definitely a lot faster than doing it yourself in the appearance menu. So now let's go ahead and say that you wanted to accessorize. You also wanted to match your sparrow, your ghost, and even your emblem with your look, and you also wanted to have that saved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into DIM. We're going to go to the exact same place we just were, and there are two ways to do this. One is the hard way. We can go back to the preset we already made, hit edit, and then you can go over here and choose anything from your inventory, like your ghost, like your emblems, and even things like your sparrows. But the easy way to do it is to go up to the top and go under the equip section, because it already has everything that you have on currently. So just hit save loadout, and it's going to pop up this little window right here. So since we're only interested in fashion, really, we're going to go ahead and clear out all of the mods, and also we're going to clear out the guns. That way, in case we just wanted to switch out a look, it doesn't have to mess with any mods that we have applied into our armor. And we're also going to go ahead and leave the stasis subclass on because it looks cool. So let's go over here and then just rename this to Dawning Titan 2. We hit save, and that's going to be saving everything that we just had. We're going to go back into Destiny, and let's go ahead and just, as an example, put on random pieces of armor. And now that we have a bunch of random garbage on, let's go ahead and go back into Dim, and then we can go find our second preset that we made and just hit apply. And just like last time, it'll slowly go through and start putting everything back onto your Guardian. So now that you know both methods, let me tell you what they're both doing. So the first method is very bare bones. All it's really doing is it's switching out all of your armor ornaments. It's not switching out the individual armor pieces themselves. So like I'm doing right here would be the second method, because now I have on the Iron Will helm instead of the Iron Forerunner helmet. The first method is basically going into your appearance menu, and it's actually switching out the different ornaments. So the best way that I can show you this is right now I have on the Phoenix Cradles. So let's go ahead and go back over here to Dim, and we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing we did the first time. So let's go ahead and just save our armor right here, save fashion. Let's just name this something like test 1 and hit save. So that is our first test. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to do basically the same thing, but we're going to hit save loadout with all of our equipped stuff except for like the random armor ornaments and all of the random subclass weapons and armor mods. So we hit this and we hit test 2. So now we have two different presets made. One just has the first method and the other one is the second method. So let's go back over to Destiny and just put on random pieces of armor, and let's go ahead and try out the first method first, test 1. And let's go ahead and see what it's doing here. So it's switching out all of the shaders, and at the end it'll switch out the actual transmog pieces. But you can see here that the Synthocept stayed because you can't apply on every single armor ornament onto those, and because they stayed, it couldn't switch it out for the Phoenix Cradle legs. So that's what's happening, and that's why the first method is a little bit not recommended as much, especially if you're trying to be practical with your fashion. So now, if we go over to the second method, so test number 2, and hit apply there, that's actually going to be switching our armor sets. So we're going to hit apply, and now it actually switches the arms, and now we have the Phoenix Cradles back on. Now that does seem complicated at first, but once you take your time with Dim and you start getting to know Dim a lot better, it starts to become really easy, and if you take your time to make your presets, it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Like for example, I made 3 presets for you guys using the equipped method, the second method that I showed you, and let me show you what happens. So the first Titan that I have to show you is my Add Clear Titan. So let's go ahead and apply that onto the current Titan that I have on here. And what it's doing is it's going to switch out my guns. It's even switching out my actual armor mods. So I essentially had on a PvP loadout a second ago, and now it's switching me to PvE mods. So you see like Grenade Launcher Finder, you even see like Grenade Launcher Scavenger, and you see on a bunch of Grenade Launcher mods because I'm using the Wither Horde a whole lot. And it switched out my subclass to Bottom Tree, which matches the Doomfang Pauldrons. I even have an emblem that matches the shader on my armor here. But let's say I'm done with Dares of Eternity and maybe I want to go a little bit more tryhard with my stuff. So again, we're going to be switching out our weapons and our armor mods as well as our actual fashion. So let's put on a Titan that you guys have seen before, which is my Solar Titan. And whenever you end up doing a bunch of stuff like this, it does take a little bit more time because it's switching mods, it's switching shaders, and it's switching weapons. It's switching a whole lot. And there you have it all done. We have a matching emblem, matching Sparrow, matching everything, and now we're ready to go into Grandmasters. But wait, I even have one that is made for PvP, and as you can see here, they're all PvE mods. So now we're going to go ahead and go over to what I call my Tryhard Titan. So we're going to hit apply over at Dim. It's going to switch our weapons and it's going to start switching everything back up. It even switched our subclass. And there you have it. Like I said, as long as you take your time and use the second method to really go through and match your guns, match your ships, and actually match every single aspect of your build. It'll make your life a lot easier instead of actually going through your appearance menu every single time you want to change activities. And that's going to be it for my video on Dim's new fashion loadout feature. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below, and let me know if you're planning on using it. Here is some of the fashion that you can find in my Discord server, which I will be leaving linked down below in case you ever want to be featured on these videos. If you ended up enjoying this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see some more Destiny fashion videos. And if you guys are interested, I do have a Patreon, which I will be linking down below, where you can ask for personal fashion advice from me, and you get your name at the end of every video like you're about to see now. I will be seeing you guys in the next video, and as always, Guardians, stay beautiful.